Like, I do think that primes do have, like, some matter in the meta, right? Or I don't know if the meta is the right word, but, like, when you are building for Warframes, there are some times where the prime is going to be, like, significantly more optimal than the non-prime. I don't think that happens often, but I think that there are a couple of cases. Again, like I said, Hildren is one of those where having that extra base shields is so nice. Dante is or not Dante. Inaros is another one because higher max health is a lot of more max health, and it's just makes it so much more comfortable. Oh yeah, I need to put down my Spectre. The whole point. Follow energy hunter caster, but again, still having that higher base shield matters for her. Or when you have, like, I guess armor increases from the non-prime to the prime, you definitely get higher thresholds for certain things. Like I think that a higher armor threshold could be the difference between, you know, persistence maybe being a viable option. Like, again, I think that Kalervo Prime, when he comes out, he is going to be another option of the stat buffs mattering, because it could make his health a lot more relevant and could potentially decouple him from it having Overguard, which would not be a terrible thing to have. But as of right now, his base health is, like, a little bit too low, I think, for that to, like, really be good. Dante Prime, again, like I said, I think that Dante is going to be one of the ones where it doesn't matter. Because, again, even if he gets a buff to max health, like, his max, or not max health, max energy, his max energy is already really high. Like, I think he's, like, one of the higher ones in the game, all things considered. And, like, he gets, like, what, like, almost 800, I think, at max, with, like, a prime flow. And that's already really high, like... And I think if you buff that even harder, like, it pushes into, like, 900 territory. Like, I think that Ivara might be one of the only ones where like, again, Ivara Prime, that's another one where it matters. Because I think that Ivara Prime with Flow actually does hit, like, 900 something, and can very easily hit 1,000 if you want her to, like, with very minimal investment. What if they give Dante Prime a big hat Logan's hat? True! That would make him objectively better. But no, talking about actual stats here, jokes aside. Oh yeah, like I said, I don't think that it will matter for Dante. That's one of the ones it's not going to matter for. I'm trying to think, what are other ones where it actually does matter? I think Geyer really does like having the extra shields, I think. Yeah, Geyer came with extra shields, I think, and I think she really does like having that. That does help her. There's a couple Warframes where just having higher base stats, like, is a really nice threshold. For shields, for example. Who else does it matter for? Another one where it doesn't matter for is Frost Prime. Frost Prime is awful. He is so bad, I actually hope that they buff him. Because I think the only stat that increases on Frost Prime is, his, max energy, I think, is the only thing that goes up on him. And that's, like, so irrelevant. Ooh, you know who else matters? Rhino Prime is one that matters, I think. What stats go up on Rhino Prime? Because I'm pretty sure he gets armor, right? And armor is super important for, Iron Skin, so that is one where it's relevant. Gives him much higher armor skin thresholds, because he can because having that base makes multipliers much higher. Who else is, relevant for primes? I don't know the increases off the top of my head, so, I think Sevagoth likes the tankier stats. I think that that's definitely one where he gets like a decent mileage out of. Just being like that like little bit extra more tanky. Because even though Sevagoth's passive is really, really good, not having to go down is nice. Yeah, like I said, I think going further into the discussion, I think that really does raise the question if ever in the future they would buff Prime Warframes as a whole. Like, I can see why Primes are not significantly stronger than the base counterparts, because I think that that would make Primes look very pay-to-win, and I think that that's not what they wanted. Like, they want Primes to just be a nice thing to have and not a necessity to make the frame good. But, like, again, like, and so say we humor that, though, like, a couple Warframes here and there get, like, slightly higher, base duration or base power strength or some other thing. That might be interesting. Or they could play with it a little bit more and say... Thinking... like what would be, like, a weird pattern? Like, oh, energy orbs give you more energy with this Prime, right? Like, that would be interesting. And I think that there's a lot of potential for them to expand that there, but I can see absolutely why they wouldn't do that. Because again, like I said, I really do think that Primes are very intentionally, like, a nice thing to have, but they don't want it to feel necessary. Yeah, like, Primes are more of an aesthetic thing than anything. But, you know, like I said, though, there are cases where the Prime Warframe existing does matter. Yeah, the Death Orb mechanic, but that's, like, that's neither here nor there. Like, that's fucking whatever. Like, are you really taking advantage of that, like, explicitly, unless you just, like, happen to be in the Void? You're like, oh, I'm only gonna play Primes in the Void because that way I base my energy economy off of Death Orbs, right? Like you're not doing that. Like that's not... It's just, like, a nice, like, little, like, flavor to Primes, rather than something that's actually worthwhile. You know what? You make a very good point. You make a very good point that actually might be relevant, now that you mention it. I really hope that that is how that works. I think that that would make her really interesting. Even though I do think that the best way to play Folly is health tanking with Persistence. Because she does have some pretty decent health stats. Like she's pretty beefy. No puns intended. Oh, but I don't think any other Primes I can think of off the top of my head have, like, super relevant stats. I mean, like I said, obviously the health tanks, like a Naros Nidus, like those do really like having the extra health. Especially Nidus, because he doesn't have the highest health as is. Despite being in a health tank. I don't know why that is. I'm sure some people who like Grendel like the extra stats, too. Oh, actually, you know what? I think Gauss has higher sprint speed in his prime. So, like, that does have some relevancy, I guess. Let's go even faster. Not that people are, like, building him that way, but, like, having a higher sprint speed multiplier is nice. Oh, Valkyrie Prime, yes. Valkyrie Prime does get a ton of extra armor. Although the actual numerical value of armor is a little bit less relevant, because, like, the only thing I guess it really gets you is you get hit thresholds better. generally speaking. But outside of that, like I said, the number doesn't matter so because, like, you're probably building Valkyr for persistence, if we're being realistic. Especially these days. Yeah, I don't think I think of anyone where the primes are relevant, but, like, yeah, long story short is that primes are whatever.